Hi everyone, welcome to Rescue Me with Natalie Herbert. Clearly I'm not Natalie, I'm Gabe Spiegel filling in for her today. Are you in the market for a new little angel from heaven, a furry friend? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome Lauren Salmon from CLE Pups, a wonderful organization providing so many dogs in just not Northeast Ohio, new homes through a new program you established just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about your program.
So it is a volunteer citizen-led initiative, started in 2023. We started with a website, and so on the website there's kind of three main sections. The first section is if you live in Cleveland or in the area and you've lost your dog, where can you look for it? Most likely it's been impounded at the Cleveland Kennel, and so there's a quick link so you can find all of the impounded dogs so you can find your dog and reunite with it. The second section is all of the dogs that are available for adoption at the Cleveland Kennel. It's the municipal shelter. We're not officially affiliated with them in any way, but if you're looking to adopt, that's a great place to start. $61. Dogs are fully vetted, fixed, microchipped, come with a county license collar, and they're amazing. And then the third section is if you're struggling to care for your pet, maybe you're running into financial hardship, where are some resources that you can look so that you can keep your pet? Pet food banks, low-cost spay neuter, vouchers for vet care and things like that. So we started that in 2023. About a year ago, we also launched a Facebook page so we can post more urgent and up-to-date information as well.
CLE Pups, check it out. Is it fair to say it's kind of like a dog brokerage, because you're talking about foster dogs, adoption dogs? You're doing your best, because the stats nowadays are pretty surprising, folks. You would think with all the publications and all the awareness that more and more dogs are finding homes and not having to end up in kill shelters, but that's not the case.
Yeah, so between 2018 pre-COVID and 2021, the live release rate from the Cleveland Kennel, municipal local shelter, was in the 90% or higher rate. Over the last few years, we've seen that rate go down by about 20%. So 2025, the live release rate was only 75%. Only 25% of the dogs coming in are being reclaimed by their owners, leaving 75% of the about 4,000 or more dogs coming in a year needing to find some other option. And so there are definitely needs for more rescue organizations to pull, more fosters so that rescue organizations can pull, more adopters, and more people going to reclaim their dogs if they
25%? That's it?
That's it.
Let's talk about shelters and areas right now where the numbers you just pointed out are alarming. Why do you think that is the case?
There's so many factors. I mean, we definitely saw an increase in adoptions during COVID when people were home, and then people went back to work and didn't keep their dogs. But we saw live release rates above 90% pre-COVID with the Cleveland Kennel, which was amazing. So, you know, there's different factors. There's economic factors. There's just a lack of awareness. There's so many people that I talk to that they don't know that the Cleveland Kennel, the Cleveland APL, and the Cuyahoga County Kennel are different places. So, you know, there are multiple shelters in our region that you can go to adopt. There's so many people who think I can only find an adult dog from a shelter, but maybe I'm looking for a puppy, or maybe I'm looking for a little fluffy dog. And they're everywhere. They're in shelters, they're in rescues, they're in foster homes already housebroken and trained and all of that. And so I feel like there's a lack of awareness, and there's a lack of awareness of resources. So when you're struggling, you don't have to abandon your dog or give it up. There's pet food banks that can provide free food. There are amazing programs like Neighborhood Pets, where you can get vouchers for vet care. They have vet clinics every once in a while and things like that. So I think that connection is something that CLE Pups is really fostering, and just collaboration, working together. Where are the resources? Where are the needs? How can we help people either acquire rescue dogs or keep their pets?
CLE Pups doing great things. If you're not in the market for a new dog, you can't handle it, but you really want to help, how can folks help you?
There's so many ways. So once a week on the Facebook page, we have a post of all of the ways that you can support local rescues and shelters. So some of those are adoption events or events at like a pet store where they're going to bring some puppies or something. But there's also really fun fundraisers, raffles, people donating donation baskets for different events and things like that. So small businesses can get promotion at some of these events as well. And, you know, I went to a drag bingo fundraiser for a rescue and an organization providing free training for folks who think they can't keep their dogs that need some financial assistance. So, I mean, huge range from dinners to entertainment to raffles and everything in between.
You can volunteer your time. You can write a check. How about that?
Yep.
We've got some stars of the show coming up right after this short break. You ready to do that?
I certainly am.
Let's meet some dogs next. Okay, welcome back. We have a very special guest with us who has a very special story. This is Calvin. Tell us all about him. He seems like a very sweet young man, but quite the story.
Yeah, so Calvin was at the Cleveland Kennel. He came in emaciated, about half his body weight, heartworm positive. And Forget Me Not Rescue wanted to save him. We tried to support that as we support local rescues, and posted that he was urgent and foster was needed to save him. Tiffany is his foster mama and stepped up, and so the rescue, as a result of having a foster available, was able to save his life.
The before pictures are awful. I mean, poor Calvin was emaciated. Clearly he's put a lot more muscle on. How big is he going to get? And again, what kind of family would be best suited for Calvin?
So Calvin's currently in a home with cats and dogs, but because he's going through his heartworm treatment, he hasn't been playing with the dogs, but they know he's good with cats, good with kids, great with people, very sweet, loving boy. And you know, the heartworm is something that we want to emphasize. It is easily preventable with monthly treatment, but if they don't have the preventative and they catch it, it can be fatal if not treated. It costs rescues thousands of dollars to treat. So supporting those rescues allows them to save more dogs that come into municipal shelters with heartworm.
So don't be afraid of the heartworm. Can be treated, but he
not
might
contagious.
not
contagious at all.
Might not be the best with other male dogs, you say, but cats, hey, not every dog is good with cats, but he is.
Yeah.
That's wonderful, Calvin.
And he might be fine with dogs. It's just when they're going through heartworm treatment, they need a low energy setting. They can't play or romp around. It's not good for their health. So just at this point, it's just unknown. But we'll know more as soon as he's through. When is he done with the treatment?
He does his second treatment in March, and then in April he will just be recovering. So we probably anticipate May would be a good recovery point.
And Tiffany, foster mom, the best part of his personality, he's very friendly.
He's very friendly, but he's also like super calm. He's a good couch potato.
Oh.
He's 3 years old, so he can still have puppy energy, but he's mostly just chill. He just wants to. He's comfortable on your couch.
He looks like he'd go perfectly with a Browns jersey, does he not?
Yes.
Oh, Calvin, that tail is wagging from start to finish. We love you. We hope somebody out there, look at that face. We hope somebody sees those big, beautiful eyes of yours and says, hey, Calvin's the dog for me. How can we find Calvin?
So you can go to forgetmerescue.com and do the application to adopt.
Forgetmenotrescue.com,
yes.
and find Calvin today.
Yes.
And we've got more stars of the show coming up after this short break. Well, we have some very special guests now. We have Walton, who's a little timid, a little shy, but very loving. And Taylor, thanks for introducing us to Walton. Tell us the story here.
Sure. So Walton was brought into City Dogs, and he was actually on the euthanasia list, and Fido stepped in and wanted to pull him, and so they needed a foster. So
thank you, Fido.
Yes, I know.
Fido's
So
companion, another amazing rescue. Forget Me Not, Fido's companion, multiple breed rescue, sanctuary for senior dogs. There are so many amazing rescue organizations, nonprofits in our area. We're so fortunate for that.
So we saved Walton's life. We're hoping someone out there would like to keep Walton as a full-time family member. Tell us a little bit about his demeanor, who he'd be best suited with.
Yeah, he is very calm. He's chill. You know, he's great with dogs, great with cats. Once he opens up, he's very submissive. He does love to cuddle. He will play a little bit, but then he's like, all right, I've had enough. Can I go back to my cozy spot on the couch? Yeah, and just the cats. He's actually more afraid of the cat than the cat is of him. So he's very sweet. He's crate trained, potty trained, doesn't get into things. It's just great dog, great on walks. Sweet boy, he's just very timid.
Beautiful brindle coat, maybe some type of mix, 2-year-old you say?
Yeah, they think some kind of maybe shepherd mix around 2 years old.
Okay. And again, I'm not sure about cats and other dogs or kids, or what do you think about all that?
He's great with all of the above.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's a great dog. He's just easygoing. He just wants somewhere to lay his head and cuddle, you know, be around people and other animals.
Looks like he loves love.
He does, yeah.
Well, how can folks find you?
So they can contact Fido's Companion Rescue through there, and then you'll, talk with somebody from the rescue, and then they'll sort out meeting and kind of see what your needs are, because Walton's not the only one. There's plenty, so there's always enough to, one to find you to suit you,
So find Walton at Fido, and how appreciative are we of places like Fido?
They're who I fostered and adopted from too, so they're the reason I have my Mitzi, and she was saved from the Cleveland Kennel.
Aww.
What a beautiful dog. He could be a part of your family if you have the means to do so at Fido. That's Walton. Okay, I think I'm ready for the puppies. Are the puppies coming out next?
The puppies are coming. They're with Fido's Companion as well.
Don't miss the puppies next. Holy moly, I know you're in love already. Look at these little angels. This is Coco, and she's just full of love and kisses. And this is Scout. You know the little dog from Little Rascals, Petey, right? Look at that little face. Look at that little black eye. I love it. It's just, the markings on these dogs are so beautiful. Natalie, thank you for joining us. Lauren, this is amazing. Tell us about the puppies. These are gorgeous dogs.
I sure think so. Well, Coco there, she's kind of an old soul.
Okay.
They're both about 3 months old now. They came in with their mom, and then they lived with me for about a month. And now we're just trying to find their forever homes. So Coco loves love and just doing her own thing, and Scout here obviously just loves food.
So sweet. You're a foster. Thank you for fostering.
Of course.
And how easy is it? How difficult is it? Tell us what it's like to be a foster.
I wish I could say it was very easy. It's easy to love them, and then it's hard to let them go.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
wow.
But it is so much fun. It's so rewarding to take in these little guys when they fit in your hand, and then take them to their forever home with people that'll love them as much as I do.
Wow, they are gorgeous. And again, they can get to about 50 pounds, you say.
Yeah.
Beautiful blue eyes. Look at those little paws. Oh, so healthy and so sweet. And, let's talk about the importance of getting, your pet spayed and neutered. It's a big deal.
Absolutely. And so this was a whole litter, a whole family, 8 puppies and a mom.
Whoa.
Ended up at a municipal shelter on the list to be euthanized.
Right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. And, without amazing fosters and rescues that are able to step up, they wouldn't have made it, and they wouldn't be here hanging out with us. But a lot of people don't realize that besides preventing unwanted litters, spaying and neutering also eliminates health risks and fatal diseases, different cancers and different conditions. So it's also really good for your pet. You don't have to worry about those things as they get older if they're already fixed. And there are a lot of resources in the community if you're struggling to find that. Pet Fix is low cost. Slow the Flow is a new program put together by a friend of mine who's also a volunteer. And if you have a bully breed dog, no income requirements, they'll fix your dog for free. They work with a bunch of the local spay neuter clinics, and you can sign up. SlowTheFlow.cuyahoga-County.com. The Cleveland APL has a program for Cleveland residents for low cost, and Neighborhood Pets has voucher programs for low income folks. So there are so many options. There's no reason to not fix your dog. If you're looking for a puppy, you do not have to go to a pet store. You do not have to go to a breeder. There are amazing puppies of all breeds, all sizes, all temperaments, in rescues and shelters all over Northeast Ohio. Reach out to CLE Pups. We can help you find what you're looking for.
A little bit of everything.
And these two, you said earlier, these two don't mess with the cat.
No.
They like to go play with the other dogs. So they're
they sure
friendly
do.
for everybody.
Yes. She might be a little more reserved, but as you can see, they don't really know a stranger. Hi, baby. And there are 4 more. that are still up for adoption.
4 more.
In this litter.
So how can we find out? How can we get in contact with you?
Yeah, I don't do any of the direct contacting, but through Fido's Companion.
Okay.
These guys are on petfinder.com. They're on the Fido's Companion Facebook page. There's so much.
We'll post them on CLE Pups if you
Yes.
see this link and want to get more information there. And I mean, the other great thing about fostering is you don't pay for anything. They'll lend
Wait
you
a second.
I
What?
know. Yeah, the rescue, that's why they do the fundraisers. That's why we need donations to go
Yes.
to the rescues and people to attend the fundraisers. But they cover all of the vet costs. They lend you a crate. They can provide the food. So, you know, if you want a dog in your house temporarily, you know, this doesn't cost you anything. You're just opening your heart and your home for anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, sometimes a little bit longer, sometimes up to a year, but saving a life. So there's just so many benefits to that.
Yes.
Can you customize your plan if I say, hey, I'd like to be a foster, but I only could do it for the next 3 months, and I'd like a dog under 50 pounds? Could you work with people and flexibility?
Oh my
is a big
gosh,
deal.
yeah, that's something that CLE Pups does all the time. We receive messages, I'm interested in fostering, I would like to know more information, or I just want to foster seniors, or I'm
Yay.
looking for a litter, or I want a puppy, and you know, and it's also, it could be a trial run, because there are foster fails, people who foster and they're like, it's for me, and then they become their forever dogs too, but you know, there's always a need for fosters. The more fosters, the more lives saved. So, you know, that is something that we are constantly reaching out to rescues. Rescues are reaching out to us. Hey, there's an urgent dog. It has 24 hours. Can you help us find a foster? We are constantly posting that on our Facebook page, you know, and we have a pretty decent track record finding people stepping up in the nick of time to save lives. You know, it all comes together when we work together as a community, and the community can't solve problems that we don't know exist. And so we're trying to let people know what problems there are and how we can work together as a team to solve them.
And again, how can people find out more information about CLE Pups and helping you?
www.clepups.com and facebook.com/CLE Pups.
Awesome. Thank you for introducing us to these little sweet angels. If you have the means to do so, folks, you have these 2 plus 4 more puppies available. Fido.
Yes, brown and black and white.
Oh, they're gorgeous, and maybe they're going to be the perfect family member in your new expanded home.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us here. Don't forget, Natalie Herbeck and Rescue Me drop every Saturday right here on the Fox 8 CLE Plus app. Have a great day.